Hey everybody, this is Waterfish333 coming at you from the Daytona International Raceway. We have a pretty good grid of 27 cars. I decided not to qualify in this one and starting 24th. From previous races, I've realized that starting in the back is not necessarily the worst thing. You can see the wrecks coming, you can stop, you're not worried about getting ran over, anything like that. Being in the middle of the starting grid at these races is where you don't want to be. That's where you get into most problems. So decided to start near the back. We're coming up to the start of the race. This is the green flag. It's a pretty clean start here. A little bit of bump drafting, which is not unusual for Daytona, but for the most part, pretty clean. Not a lot of three wide going on early, which is pretty smart. The top line actually gets to have a little bit of momentum here as we come out of turn 2 onto the backstretch. It's a little bit surprising. You normally see the bottom line, as soon as you get to the backstretch, the bottom line tends to pull away as you see cars blinking in and out. That is just due to lag. That's an unfortunate part of online racing. But yeah, as we get into turn 3, the top line is actually doing a little bit here. But very quickly they begin to fall back away. The bottom line just always seems to have momentum at this track. So we've jumped ahead here to lap 5, going into lap 6. We're looking at the second place driver. This is the lead pack. We're going to see going on to the backstretch. I want you to see something here. As I'm going on to the backstretch, we'll see it here in a second. The guy in front of me leaves a bit of an opening, and you can see me back there. I'm in green and blue, and show you a couple angles. But I go low, and I get onto the yellow line, and thankfully I pull up next to the driver ahead of me. But that could have been really bad. We'll see it here from behind. See, there's an opening. He's leaving a gap down by the yellow line. And I'm coming out, and I take that gap, and I just don't think he was expecting me to fill that position. And he comes down and hits me a little bit. Not the greatest thing, but I'm going to leave this going because really what I want you to see from here is look at what side draft does to me. I'm in line. I'm in the lead pack here. I am not letting off the gas, by the way. But this 21 car, either 21 or 27, I believe it's the 21, he stays next to me, and it feels like it is basically a half of a lap later until I'm finally able to break free. Thankfully, I did not lose the lead pack draft, but that could have been very, very bad. See a little bit of three wide action here. Cars getting shuffled in and out. That is not unusual with restrictor plate racing. Bump drafting, leaving a gap open. You hear the term getting freight trained. It's when there's a single file line of cars, you leave a gap, somebody else goes in, like I did to the 21, and everybody just passes below you. So here I want to show you. I keep preaching the bottom line, bottom line, bottom line, bottom line. Here you see that I go to the top line. I'm going to try to make that work. Lead this top line. Maybe I can get a few more spots. I'm even thinking if I can pull up in front of this blue car and then get back down. But I get a line of cars behind me. The car behind me, if you notice, went. And so we're going to try to make this thing happen on the top. But you can already tell. And this is with some aggressive bump drafting. You can tell that I am falling back. It is just not working. The momentum is not there. Did not stay very organized in the corners, but you can see on the straightaways especially that there's some aggressive bump drafting. Now here, there's some guys who get a little bit loose. The line kind of falls apart, which definitely is not going to help. But you can tell now I am just falling backwards. It is not good. And at this point, right now, I am just waiting for an opening. Although, as I say that, I did not take that one. I'm not sure. I didn't know if I thought there was somebody below there or not. But I am just waiting for an opening. And here is my opening. Both I and I believe that's the 18 car. It's hard to tell. But the guy behind me, we both dive in, and I end up going all the way back to 13th. Now we're going to go to the backstretch on lap 13. And this is another byproduct of restrictor plate racing. You saw right there, the 3 car had to check up, and he went up a little bit. He left that gap like we talked about. And unfortunately, the 16 car just nowhere to go, did not know what was happening, and just ran into the back of him. And you can see in the cockpit view just how quickly that can happen. And don't forget, you know the checkup is coming. He did not. That is after 13 laps of running single file. Here we go. This is the restart at lap 17. Mostly clean, except you can tell the 18 car tries to jump the outside. You can see him gain several spots. He laid back and jumped. That's not really that's not great driving. You're not supposed to do that. That being said, nobody lets him in. He's trying to get back down. He cannot. People are filling the gap. You see him get back down here. Nearly cuts off the 1 car. Very lucky that the 1 cut him a break. You can tell the 1 let off a little bit. But yeah, the 18 car tried to jump the start and ended up losing, I believe, more spots than even where he started. Obviously, that was not ideal and could have caused a major, major accident. We're going to get a debris caution. I didn't have a really good view or replay of this, but we're going to get a debris caution. And so we're going to get another restart. Here we go, coming at lap 26. And it just kind of bunches everybody up. I'm on the top lane. I'm restarting in 6th position. Unfortunately, it is the top line, though, so it's just really hard to get anything going. I did want to mention that you can go this entire race. It's pretty easy without taking fuel or tires. And I have not pitted. And we see here, again, another byproduct of restrictor plate close racing. Almost an identical thing of what happened on the backstretch. This just happened to be in turn 2. But we can see the 13, there's a little bit of wiggle in front. He opens up the gap. The 25 goes to fill it, and then 13 wants to come back down. But unfortunately, the 25 is already there. We're going to take a look again. Cockpit view comes up. 25 goes in to fill that gap, and the 13 wants to come back down. Once you open up that gap, you got to be so careful about coming back down. Unfortunately, the 24, just an innocent bystander, taking a lot of damage. So now, here we go. We are restarting again. I am in 7th position. We're going into lap 30, so getting very close to the end of the 36 scheduled laps. I'm restarting 7th, but I am on the bottom, which is exactly where I want to be. Very quickly, we'll go 3 wide here as people. We're getting down. You know, there could be one more restart. Maybe there is 1 green-white checker in Class A. That is also true in Class B, the Xfinity Series. You see, we go 3 wide, but very quickly, the people that go 3 wide fall to the back. The people who are in the lead draft very, very quickly get into single file bottom. We always say it just happens so quickly, and I managed to move up. I'm already in 5th, and I could have been in 4th, but I did let the car in front of me get down just to avoid any sort of wreck. And here we go. This might be the worst wreck of the entire race. The 11 comes down trying to stay at the bottom, hooks the 3. The 3 manages to come back, but you see the 11 up there pulls an absolute Ward Burton. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google/YouTube Ward Burton at Daytona. You will see it is almost an identical wreck. The difference is Ward cut a tire down. He just comes right back up on the track. Absolute devastation. This, and there's one more wreck coming up. These are easily the 2 biggest. We're going to see a couple in-car replays. It is bad. I don't have any real words here, but to come back up on the track, I'm assuming maybe had some damage from clipping the 3 car or something, and maybe thought he could turn and just couldn't, going faster than he thought he was, but just coming right back on the track, takes out several competitors. You see a couple of cars hit really hard, you're pretty much instantly done at that point. It is, thankfully, I was just in front of all this, but anybody mid-pack and back, it's what I talked about before. If you are in the middle, even if something happens in front of you, you're going to pile into it. If you try to stop, you might get run over. Middle is not good. Here we go for the green-white checker restart. I am in third place at this point. I believe somebody pitted, but I am in third position. And my goal here, there's 2 laps, we get 1 chance at this. My goal is to push the person who restarted first. I believe, what is it, the 5 car? My goal is to push the 5 car just to the next millennium. And then take a chance at the very end, you know, coming out of turn 4 in the final lap slingshot. You can see here, super aggressive bump drafting. The 9 car who is on the top lane has no help, and that is why, I mean, he gets sent all the way back to, what is it, 6th position it looks like, before he's able to finally go back down. So I accomplished my goal. I get a single file, but you see here, the 1 hooks, or the 7 hooks the 1 drifts up into the 7. You know, restrictor plate, who do you blame? But that is going to cause the caution. We only get 1 shot, so we're going to end this thing under caution. But you can see here, this is an awful wreck. This rivals the previous one in terms of number of cars and amount of damage. And we'll get another couple in cars here, and just nowhere for these guys to go. Once people start wrecking, there is just nowhere that you can go. And it is just not good at all. See another replay, you don't have any time to react. It happens, and basically what you do is you pick low, medium, high, go in the grass, whatever. You pick a lane and go for it. Here's my favorite guy. This is just no lift right here. Does not lift. Gonna try to get as many spots as he can and just annihilates whoever I don't know which car he hit, but I'm pretty sure he put him into low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit. Oh, I wish I could talk. Here we come around to finish the race under caution. I'm going to pick up a 2nd place. Best finish ever at Daytona in any series in iRacing. Extremely happy. Would have been fun to see what I could have done if I would have had a shot there at the end, trying to slingshot coming out of corner 2. But that being said, I will absolutely take both a 2nd place and ended up with 0x on my safety rating. Absolutely will take that. That is a fantastic race. Really helped my safety rating, especially as we get ready to move into the Daytona, or the Darlington race. Really appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the like button. Again, really appreciate you making it all the way to here. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.